I create content, and so that's why I've been traveling around.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I record some of our conversation?
No problem.
Just hold this out. I'm getting used to holding the camera and and talking, but yeah. So that's something I talk about often. Is one of the secrets to life is being present in the moment and accepting it for exactly how it is, good and bad, however the present moment is presenting itself. You know, the storm last night was a perfect example. The what did you call it? The symphony of chaos, or
gosh, I can't even remember.
I know, it was perfect.
It
was perfect. It was something we had to catch in the moment. A
cacophony of chaos.
Cacophony of chaos with rhythm.
Yeah, with rhythm.
That's exactly how the storm sounded. And now, because we endured the cacophony of chaos, we get this beautiful, bright morning sunrise that, Tom, you're familiar, sets your circadian rhythm.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
My Andrew Huberman motivations kicked in this morning, so wanted to get out and get a little sun in my eyes, and then met my new friend Taylor, which is great.
Yes, yeah. Love it. Reminder, get your morning sunrise before your coffee.
Absolutely. So as you look back on the last 2 years, what are some of the best lessons that you take from saying yes?
The importance of saying no.
Do tell.
So I was saying yes to everything, which was great, and I wasn't in a comfortable enough position in my business to where I could do that responsibly. So by saying yes to everything, I was in a way distracting myself from the things that would allow me to continue saying yes forevermore.
Yeah.
So all of Q1 for this year, I'm saying no to everything. Yeah. So I moved here, I'm saying no to everything, no travel. Like I'm here, I'm doing my work, and that's it, which will allow me to say yes to everything else. I'm designing my life to where I just get to live my life, to do what I do, create content, inspire others to do the same around health, fulfillment, and freedom, and just play for a living.
So what do you do for a living?
Just content? I create content. I have a
what's your channel?
At Captain Taylor Morgan.
At Captain Taylor Morgan.
Yeah, okay. So I inspire health, fulfillment, and freedom. So I do lifestyle optimization coaching.
Yeah.
So I've got a community of men and women.
No wonder you're doing your circadian rhythms.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, very well familiar with a lot of things.
What took you
holistic
to that
health.
What took you to?
Well,
you also mentioned freedom.
Yes.
How do you define it?
Well, there are many different types of freedom. There's physical freedom, which is what many people are lacking. You know, the physical capability to do the things that they want to do, go surfing, go skiing, you know, walk up a hill, stairs, for example, just be physically active. So that's physical freedom aspect of it. Then there's emotional freedom, freedom from your thoughts, freedom from your self-limiting beliefs, freedom from the victim mentality that is holding people back from doing the things that they want to do. So there's that freedom, just more like mental freedom, similar to emotional freedom. And then spiritual freedom, something sounds like you're familiar with. Yeah. And then financial freedom is something people are familiar with too, but even beyond that, like freedom as a sovereign being, like freedom to be able to live our life free from control from anybody else, including our own self-limiting beliefs. And free to just live the life that you want to live, as long as you're not harming anybody else, following God's law.
Taylor,
do no harm.
It's quite the revelation. You seem a lot younger than I am.
28.
What a great epiphany at that age to understand that there are so many forces in this world. This, as my dad used to say, this world is foreign to truth. This world is foreign to truth.
That's the truest statement I've heard all day.
And he used to tell me that all the time. He'd say, Thomas, this world is foreign to truth. He's like, you've got to go and seek God in your quiet moments. You've got to free your mind. You've got to free your mind first. Everything else will follow next. And he was really true.
And the accent's coming out. I love it.
And you really had to, but it's true. Like, and they're all interconnected. The mind, body, and spirit, as you know.
Yes.
And the more that you unlock, you're right. When you start to, you can choose any path. That's the irony too.
Yeah.
You can go to therapy and then realize, you know what? I'm a broken person. I've been through trauma. I need to chart a new course, new habits, new ideas, to your point, break the chains of self-servitude. You know what I mean? Like where you go, I have to do this. I've got to live this. I've got to be this person. And it wasn't until 40 years old I sat down in front of a therapist, first time in my life. And she's like, why are you here? And I literally did not know. I burst into tears, hadn't cried since I was maybe 11, wept, and could only get out these words. I don't want to be a phony. I don't want to be a phony. That was it. And I thought I had been living a very authentic journey to that point. But then I realized I was living a journey for everyone else's approval, not my own. Right? Yes. I wasn't trying to connect to God. I always was searching for God, always connected to God. I've always been that person. I think God does tap certain people in the world and says, hey, I need you to stay on the course because you're one of the little lights that I put in the world.
You're a truth seeker.
Yeah, and your job is to make the rest of the world happy. Or happy is the wrong word. Joyful.
Yes.
Because joy is that inner emotion that isn't, happiness is that distance, that mountain in the distance. Like that job, that girl, that career.
I'll be happy when, ...
Yeah, you got it. But it's just interesting to then, when you start to break through those paradigms, where that journey takes you. And you know better than most.
Takes me to Laguna Beach. My dream spot. I got a great location.
It's the French Riviera of Orange County. So what's your day got in store?
Phenomenal.
Okay, I gotta ask you one last question.
Yes.
The necklace, very cool. What does it mean?
Yeah, this is EMF protection. Are you familiar with EMFs?
I sure am.
Yeah. So
I'm a hardcore, truth seeker, like you said. I won't say conspiracy theorist because there are no conspiracies.
No,
just coincidences.
Exactly. So yeah, this is EMF modulation. So it doesn't block the EMFs, but using the microprocessor, which is the mirror there, and then the biogeometry, it draws in the chaotic energy from the EMFs, modulates it, and so it neutralizes the effect on the body.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you discover it?
They reached out to me.
Really?
Yeah, I get a lot of companies reaching out to me. They find me through social media.
Did you really experience a huge difference when you put it on?
Yes. Yes.
What did it do?
So for me, I've experienced significant reduction in stress, and even just more at peace, because knowing the effect that EMFs have, especially with all the 5G, I haven't seen much 5G around here, but there's still, a lot of, cell phone towers, any electronics, Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So just knowing that I'm constantly surrounded by all that was like a low level of worry.
Yeah.
And so with this, that's gone. And I've also noticed reduction in inflammation, especially when traveling, because I did a lot of plane travel. And so my legs would swell up, especially on longer flights, and my feet. That doesn't happen so much anymore. Also a reduction in tinnitus. So I had tinnitus, ringing in the ears. I thought it was from the Marine Corps, from shooting machine guns.
Yeah.
But then as I started learning more about EMFs and started protecting myself from them, I get it about, I would say maybe once a month, if that.
Yeah.
And before that it was, I don't know, maybe 3-4 times a month. One of my favorite ways to protect myself from EMFs is swimming in the ocean. And even when I can't, I'm still protected with my Aries Tech LifeTune Flex. It protects me from the oxidative stress caused by electromagnetic radiation that can cause things like headaches, fatigue, and trouble sleeping. To get yours, head to ariestech.com, use code Captain Morgan. That's ariestech.com, use code Captain Morgan. All right, back to the show.
How long have you been out of the service?
I got out in 2018. So
nice.
been a free man ever since.
Our next door neighbor was a gunny sergeant, and we used to, for Thanksgiving, we'd adopt all the strays, and they would all come up.
Yep.
It was great. I'd have all my hippie brothers and sisters from Northern California and all these badass Marines.
Yep.
And they would get along so well, and they were just the sweetest, most beautiful young guys, and they were just salt of the earth, man.
Yeah.
And it breaks your heart to realize how many fucking shitbag politicians who wouldn't have 1 ounce, or don't even have 1 ounce of the courage that these young men have, and that they send these guys off to die.
That's one of the things that I talk about in Freedom is like the whole entirety of the government is a joke. It's like
against you.
They're keeping it, well, that's some victim mentality, like to blame it on them. That's the definition of victim mentality. Right. But we are keeping ourselves enslaved due to our ignorance and our fear of like...
We accept the low standard that they have presented to us. And a lot of us run to it. You saw it in COVID. Because
it's safety and security. Yeah. We are abdicating our personal responsibility, giving it to someone else, and saying, "Here, daddy, you take care of me."
Got it. I need a daddy.
Yes.
When 70% of the world says, "Yeah, fuck it, man. Just let me roll my sleeve up and go ahead and give it to me, daddy.
Yep.
I don't care what's in it.
Yep. Whatever you say.
Trust you, daddy."
Yep.
And then you're like, "Wait a second, motherfuckers. When did we start trusting politicians and big pharma? Are you fucking kidding me?"
All you have to do is...
In California, did you see how every fucking contrarian just fucking folded up shop and said, I'd like it back here, please."
Yep.
I was like, oh my God.
Take everything I have,
Yeah, what are you talking about, man? I gotta put my mask back on. You're crazy. And you're like, no, bro, you're crazy.
You're crazy. Yeah, it's the truth seekers. We're the ones who see beyond the veil, beyond the veil of confusion, and they're really hiding a lot of this stuff in plain sight. Like
all of it. Like, and we are in a spiritual warfare.
100%.
Where things that we couldn't even imagine, things that we didn't even believe were real, are now manifesting. And you're like, holy shit. Like, you're seeing videos online now. Of course, anything can be anything.
Yeah.
But you're seeing people like in Thailand going, "Is that a fucking giant up on that hill?" Right? Like, they're going, "Is that a fucking giant?"
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it's just, the world is preposterous. I was talking to my wife about this. I said, the world is so much deeper than we really live. And all the things, all the stories, all the creatures, all the myths, I think most of that is probably true. And we live in this crazy soup of like...
At least some truth to it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's wild, man. Wild. Well, hey, T-Dog.
Tom.
Very nice meeting you, brother.
Yeah, likewise.
Safe travels. I'm going to look you up on your channel.
Yep.
Captain
Taylor Morgan. Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah. After a wonderful conversation with my new friend Tom, I wish I would have recorded the whole thing for you guys. In fact, that would have been a great podcast, actually. We had a phenomenal conversation about truth, freedom, living your best life in accordance with truth, not living in ignorance. And on my walk back, beautiful walk, getting the sunrise, I was reflecting on how grateful I am to live here in Laguna Beach, where it's absolutely beautiful. And I realize that most of you who watch my content are not living in Laguna Beach, and maybe you live in a place where it's not as beautiful, and you find yourself getting down about that, or not wanting to get out and experience nature or the sunrise because it's not as pretty as you would like it to be. Well, I encourage you to enjoy your reality wherever it is that you are. Find beauty in all of it. Like when I was living in Lodi, go up to the top of the parking garage, find a great spot, watch the sunrise. When I was in Saudi Arabia, a not very beautiful place, I would do the same thing. Find beauty in what I can. Here's some beauty. I love these little free book stations. But yeah, when I was in Saudi Arabia, that was definitely one of the things that I was missing, is like nature and green. Like everything was just dry and desert there and sand. But I still was able to find the beauty in it. I would go to a park that had some grass and palm trees and lay out in the sun, and I would find the beauty in that. So you don't need like to live in a great spot in Laguna Beach with a rooftop deck to enjoy your life. Does it make it easier? Yes. And enjoy what you have. Like I was talking with Tom, the secret is just to be present, accept, and enjoy the present moment. So I encourage you guys to take some time today, go outside, and find beauty. Find beauty. Don't try too hard. Just feel, experience, be present. Enjoy. So I'm smoking this King Palm spliff. Sugar Sean O'Malley edition. Sugar punch. And on it says, "May victory come to those who fight hardest." If you guys don't know Sean O'Malley, that dude fights hard. And the same applies for your life. To live the life that you want to live is a fight, especially if the current life you are living is undesirable in some way. It requires you to fight, not against anybody else, but against yourself, against your self-limiting beliefs, against that inner bitch voice in your head that is keeping you stuck, that is keeping you in the victim mentality, coming up with all these excuses why you can't work out, why you can't wake up early, why you shouldn't take a cold shower, you want to stay in bed cozy. Adopting high performance habits into your life when you are not already a high performance person is a fight. You must fight against that limiting voice in your head. How do you do that? Implementing the Captain's Code, the 12 non-negotiable habits that I have disciplined myself to live by. And it's a fight. And guess what? The longer you fight, the better you become. So start now. You've waited long enough. And that's gotten you to where you are right now. So, begin. Click the link in the description, download the Captain's Code for free. It's about 20 pages of knowledge that I've accumulated and adopted into my life, because you know the common phrase, knowledge is power. That's bullshit. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power once you act on it, once you implement it into your life. So read the Captain's Code, but that's not enough. You must actually adopt these habits into your life to see the changes that you say you want. So, step one, link in the description, download it, read it, live it. So I found this book from Russell Brand, Bookie Work 2, one of the free libraries. Came down to this beautiful little park right by my house and get a little reading in. So Hallie asked me for my code for Aries to order one, and I said I got an extra. So I'm at the post office to send it out. Check out how cute this post office is. This is lovely. Not like most super boring and dull post offices. Look. This is great. All right, so yesterday I challenged one of the crew members, Kelsey, to a 100 burpee 4-time challenge, and I told her I'd join her. So I'm here at the beach to get today's movement session in. I'm giving myself a maximum of 9 minutes for the 100 burpees. And what better spot to get it done than this? All right, 100 burpees, 4-time. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Follow in my footsteps, I say hello, 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 hello. You can't do what I do, that's just something you don't. I make this look easy from the way that I talk. On tip mention, I be turning suckers to ghosts. I be like Rock the Great One, I lay a smack down when I'm on the station. I never back down, I'm an inspiration. Illuminate a little with imagination. Now who the hell telling me to leave the basement? It's over, face it, it's been too long, there's a new replacement. Y'all motherfuckers
5:23. Give myself way too much time. 9 minutes. Whew. Well, now we got a new time to beat. All right, let's get wet. Woo. And I'm feeling good. Down. Woo. All right, what a great little afternoon movement session before my captain's consultation call with one of the guys who's going through the program. That's coming up in 30 minutes. So that's one of the perks for joining the program. Everybody gets a free 1 hour long consultation where we discuss where it is that you're struggling, what's holding you back, any self-limiting beliefs, and then I give you actionables to improve from there. So if you guys want a captain's consultation call, I'll leave the link in the description. You can book a call with me and begin to make thriving standard in your life instead of merely just surviving on autopilot. You can take control, steer your own ship, live the life you want to live, life of health, fulfillment, freedom. And I challenge you, if you're watching this right now, to do the 100 burpee 4-time challenge. And then let me know in the comments what your time is. Ideally, the comment section is just filled with people who are attempting the challenge. Your time doesn't so much matter. What matters more is that you actually do it. So I don't care what your time is, I care that you do it. 100 burpees 4-time, time in the comments, go. Chris Graves, what's up, brother? Abracadabra, with my words I create. Speaking of creation, let's get to it. I'm excited for this. I very much enjoy these calls. All right, just topped off the captain's consultation with Chris. Went phenomenal. Read you guys the transformation that was made. Chris was able to transform disappointment to a feeling of empowerment, specifically from a 60% feeling of disappointment to an 80% feeling of empowerment. Huge difference. And this is just with switching around a few words. If you guys haven't had a consultation call with him yet, you'll see how simple this is. It starts with the words. So yeah, disappointment to empowerment, worry into confidence, and guilt into love. All in 1 hour captain's consultation call. And I'm going to leave the link for you guys to schedule yours in the description. This is normally something that I just give to members of the program, but I love you guys and I love making an impact. Like over the course of an hour, I can't think of a better way to spend my time than transforming somebody's disappointment into a feeling of empowerment. That's the purpose of these calls, to help show you your true power, right? That's what I say on the beginning of these calls. Like the purpose of the captain's consultation call is for me to show you your power, not for me to grant you any power, because I can't do that, but you can remember your own power by switching a few words. Language is magic. Abracadabra. With my words, I create. All right, for dinner today, we got a pound grass-fed ground beef, some fermented red onions, topped with some organic cheese. Super simple, super easy, super quick meal, especially for dudes out there. If you guys are looking for high protein, high nutrition, pound of grass-fed ground beef, super quick. Everybody can do it. So no excuses as to why you cannot eat real food. Stop ordering bullshit, fucking DoorDash and fast food. Make yourself some real food. Be a man. And don't get me wrong, like, I used to eat all that bullshit too. I understand it's convenient. I understand it's easy. I understand that it tastes delicious. But guess what? It makes you feel and look like shit. So I ate all that stuff when I was a little boy. And now that I'm a grown man, I make myself real food because this makes me feel better and it helps me look better. Dinner with a view. This will never get old. I will never take this for granted. Translation, I will appreciate what I have and express gratitude every single day of my life. And that'll be it for this video. Gonna edit it, upload it, finish organizing my place because I've got most of the downstairs done, but my room and my office are still cluttered, and cluttered space is a cluttered mind. So I'm excited to get everything organized. And my door is locked. I forgot I came in from these stairs. And until next time, remember, live the captain's lifestyle. Peace and love, y'all.